There's a point in my life I knew for sure what I wanted to do, and there wasn't much to distract me at that time. It's really just a little bit of being naive and a lot of hard work and not sleeping much. And I was just in this time of growing so much and being so excited about it. Actually, when I first started woodworking, I don't think woodworking was as cool as it is now. You know, it's kind of, there's something now, people are like, oh, you woodwork. Yeah. And that was never the feeling that I got when I first started.
I'm Ashley Harwood. In this two-part video, I'm visiting my friend Jory Brigham in Paso, Robles, California. I'm actually taking a class from him to learn how to build this awesome bench. The class is part welding, part woodworking, and he teaches it along with 3 co-instructors, Jason Radcliffe, Jeff Hoffman, and Tyler Geitner. We're going to learn a bit about what life, inspiration, and business is like for each of them, as well as what it's like to make a bench in 3 days. Clearly, I don't have to tell you how beautiful it is at Jory's place.
Jory, I live down the black house down there. These are the welders, the people over there.
It's gonna be the best weekend. I can feel it. It's in the air.
After some introductions, we split into 2 groups of 4.
And once you get this down, the other welding will be an absolute breeze.
I'm in the group that starts out with welding. We're going to be TIG welding. Did I mention that I am not a welder? I've had all of about 5 minutes of experience before this class.
I suck at this so far.
Yeah?
No,
you don't. You're a natural. Oh my gosh, yeah. It's gonna be
nice.
Luckily, my teachers are patient. Let's meet one of our instructors, Jeff.
So, like we're saying, just act totally normal.
Just act natural. I'm
Right.
completely comfortable right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally normal, natural.
Yeah.
Right. You were saying that with your day job, you weld race cars?
Yes. Yeah. I spent most of my career I spent building race car chassis. Yeah.
How do you get into that? I mean, like, oh yeah, I build race cars.
Well, because come on, Dad. This is my big moment. This is my ticket to the top. You want to sabotage me? How do you get into building race car chassis? Well, that's a short answer to that would be, you know, when you're a poor broke kid, you take stuff that's junk and then you make it better. To take something old, and that's old amplifiers or old guitars or all the different things I like to find old things and then breathe new life into them. And I just built a reputation for being good at my job and just got hired by race teams, race cars. I've built every kind of race car. I built drag race cars, road race cars, Bonneville race cars, all kinds of different race cars.
How did you first get into welding?
So I always wanted to be an engine builder. I always thought that it'd be really cool to build engines, because through these machining processes and stuff, you can take a big lump of iron and make it do a thing. You know, it's almost like a magic trick. You know, you control fire. I thought that'd be pretty fascinating. I realized if you could build an engine, you can make a car go fast, but if you can weld, you can make anything. I mean, you're never more than 5 feet from something made out of metal. This door could break and I could fix that. It's just like a really good thing that applies to everything. It's not just like being a bowling ball maker, you know, and you're only going to work for
a useful skill.
Yeah, that can transcend many genres and fix stuff and create new things and make art or make mechanical things that, you know, there's just so much you can do with it.
What kind of advice would you offer to somebody who is looking to make a career as a welder, metal fabricator?
That's easy. Go back now. Stay in school. Dentist, doctor, lawyer, all that stuff your parents wanted you to do. That's the thing you should do, because you don't want to be hanging upside down in a Corvette when you're 68. You know what I mean? It's like,
I mean, I know you're joking right now, but I also
Kinda.
know there's like some truth there.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a tough road. You know, you gotta really love it. It's like any of this stuff. It's like Jory with his furniture. You can't just make furniture like that. You don't just go like, I'm gonna make furniture. You have to, you know, have a passion for it. Like the stuff you do. You know, you love it, and you would, like you said. I know you said had times when you were really broke, and but that doesn't matter, because what matters is making the thing. You know, and I think that you got to have that first before you do any sort of school or, you know.
Only do it if you're really, really crazy.
Yes.
That kind of thing?
Yes, yeah. You got to be a little bit crazy, I think, you know? And that's the only way you're going to make it, because otherwise, if you're only half in, half out, you won't make it.
Right.
You'll burn out. You know, it's because it's too hard.
Come over here.
This is incredibly boring. I want to redo it, but I want to do it like stand-up comedy. Like, hey, you ever been to the welding shop? You know what I hate when...
Come over here, Jory. You got to stand over here. All right. So, is there anything you want to say about this guy?
This guy?
Oh, no. Don't start doing that. It's dark. Only 27. This is what the welding trade does to you. Look at my body. Look at my mind. It's destroyed by welding.
I almost feel like this stuff is beneath it. The stuff he does with motorcycles and cars and all that stuff is really precision, good looking stuff. So
a lot better.
I'm honored to have him here.
A lot better than your little end tables or whatever you're doing. Just kidding. Oh gosh, we do have a good time here.
If you come out here to take a class, definitely make some time to take in the scenery. And not only at Jory's place. I flew into San Jose and drove down Route 1 through Big Sur to Paso Robles. I've always heard about how gorgeous this place was, but it really took my breath away. I would like to thank Helix Sleep for sponsoring this video. Helix delivers high-quality custom mattresses right to your door. With my busy schedule and the physical demands of my job, sleep is very important to me. If I don't get the right amount of sleep or the right quality of sleep, I can't do my job very well. The quiz on their website helps to determine which mattress is best for you. They take into account your body type and your sleeping preferences, whether you're a back, stomach, or side sleeper. I am a side sleeper and also a back sleeper. So they helped me choose the right mattress for me, which is the Midnight Luxe. I have been sleeping so much better with this new mattress. Now, my fitness tracker actually tells me so. I'm getting about 50% more deep sleep than I was getting on my old mattress. Now, if it makes you nervous to buy a mattress online, that's understandable. But Helix Sleep offers a 100-night sleep trial. You can try it for 100 nights, and if you don't like it, they will pick it up and offer you a full refund, so there's nothing to lose. So check it out. Go to helixsleep.com/Ashley Harwood for up to $200 off your order plus 2 free pillows. After a short break for lunch out on the deck, it's time to start on the wooden parts of the bench.
You can, if there's anything that you don't want to see, like an open knob, you want to stand on the edges, you don't want to round that.
The first step is to choose our pieces. These benches are going to be made from either teak or walnut.
That's all wood.
Then there's a bit of sanding before we put it together. With Tyler helping on the glue up, it goes pretty quick. One of my goals with this YouTube channel is to offer insight into what it's like to run a business as a craftsperson. What made you want to be a woodworker, and what was it like when you got started?
I was always around it. My whole family woodworked, and you know, I went to work with my dad quite often, and at a certain point in your life you really hate whatever your dad's doing and what they make you do. So I remember going through this point where I just despised it. I always found my way coming back to it. Even when I didn't want to, I'd go back to it. I think designing really just exploded the opportunities. Design gave me an opportunity to take something out of my head and then to use the skills that I knew from woodworking and turn it into a tangible piece. I love the combination of wood and metal. I just feel like the metal really is a good balance, and the wood's so soft, and then it gives you an opportunity to add a lot of color. And then there's a structural part, you know, so I thought it'd be cool to teach other people. I think it's real important to kind of put more tools in your tool belt when it comes to making furniture. I find it real important to find a niche and find a real unique look. Being able to add that metal just opens up the doors for so many design opportunities.
So what are some of the things you said, if I knew then what I know now? Like, give me some examples of that.
I had sectioned off this place in this warehouse with plastic, and I was living in there. I was living like a bum. I mean, but I was young. I was, 20 maybe. I remember I ate honey bunches of oats every single meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I was so broke, but I think back and it was, I had these fond memories of it.
Did you ever doubt it at the time, whether you'd made the right decision?
I didn't even think about it that much. I was really enjoying what I did. And luckily, I've never cared about money that much. I think it was hard to date because I just wasn't a good, couldn't take a girl out, didn't have the money. But yeah, I was just, really consumed in woodworking and just so excited to be working. And honestly, I worked a lot. When you put that much, I don't want to say effort or pain into something, you really find out if you want to do it or not. You really find out what you're made of.
Can you tell us a bit about what your business is like today?
It's great because I have a certain balance that I appreciate. Went from just focusing on furniture pieces to really interacting with woodworkers. It keeps that mojo going. You know how it is. It's really enjoyable to talk to other people who have kind of the same focus in life. And what it evolved into was quite unexpected. We've met so many amazing people. We've had, hundreds of people come through. You kind of get the salt of the earth. The people who decide to come spend their time on a weekend and spend money and sometimes in airfare and all that, they're people who are looking to grow. They're people who are looking to, kind of do something a little bit more with their life other than just sit around and watch TV. And so you just meet these people who are really excited about what they're doing.
So have you ever had the thought of like, oh my God, what am I doing? Like with how do I phrase this? I don't mean this to sound bad, but like, this is nuts, like supporting a family with a woodworking business. Was that ever like, this is kind of crazy, I'm not sure it's gonna work?
Yeah, we made it work, and it's still kind of winging it. You know how it is. You're just a constant. You don't know what you're doing, and for me personally, that's what's so exciting. That's what I love of being like challenged so often that it scares you. For my wife, it's not so cool, but it's just part of it. We didn't choose a corporate job or an office job, and so with what we do, you're constantly having to evolve and to kind of bounce back from things and figure things out on the fly.
This is when it all starts coming together. On day 2, we weld our legs together and fit the metal parts to the bench top. There's some routing to create space for the metal. I was a bit nervous that my welding was not up to snuff. But these guys really took the time to walk me through it. I also got to talk with Jason for a few minutes.
Can you tell me a little bit about what is it like to make your living as a metal worker? What do you call yourself? Do you call yourself a metal worker? Do you call yourself a welder?
I say fabricator.
Okay.
Because I'm cutting metal, I'm shaping metal, and I'm putting it together. I do woodwork as well, so I am a furniture designer maker, but really I think fabrication is the best term for what I do.
So how does it work? How do you make a business out of that? Like, what does that comprise of?
Well, so I didn't think it was going to be a business. It just sort of not fell in my lap, but I'm a fabricator. I design and build industrial process equipment as well. And so I started making things for my friends, and one of my friends worked at a furniture store. Just happened. So I'm standing in there, and she's like, well, this guy could make a piece of furniture for our client. And I honestly, like a movie, like, looked past me. I'm like, me? You're talking about me? So I made this piece of furniture for this woman, and that's sort of how it started. It never ended. Everybody just kept asking more and more and more and more.
Is there something in particular that inspires you design-wise? Like, how do you come up with your designs? Where do the ideas come from?
So my designs and everything that I do, my look, my style, my everything is all based off of old stuff. So I love old cars, old motorcycles, but I love old bicycles the most. And turn of the century stuff, 1890s to like 1900 and stuff. And just the look and the fabrication and the techniques that they used 120 some years ago are better than today. And it's just amazing to me. So I see those parts and I'm like, how could I make that transition or that joint into a piece of furniture and make that work, but also minimize everything. You don't need it. That's why I like bicycles. You can just have so many little parts and that just be it. But in furniture, you want to have nothing. The editing is the hardest thing to do in furniture because you always want to add this, add that, put this, do that. And
embellish
so,
this.
Exactly,
this.
exactly. Yep. And if you just pull it back a few, I think that that's the best way and the best advice I can give to anybody about doing things.
Your advice for somebody who wants to get into this and make a career out of it?
So my advice to that is know what you're doing. And I know that sounds crazy and it's a broad spectrum of what's going on. I find that when I started this business, it was the wrong way to do it. I went down a route of design and things like that I really enjoyed, but then I didn't get a chance to try new things and follow a road that I can get to.
Because you ended up making the same thing.
Exactly,
over
and
again.
you sort of get pigeonholed down this thing, and then you want to veer off and try other things, but you can't because you're doing that the whole time. So try to find something that gives you a broad spectrum, but you can see a road that you can go different ways and find your way.
A few of us have chosen a patina finish for our metal parts, and we ended the day by applying this, excited to see what it would look like in the morning. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I do hope that you'll hit subscribe. And don't forget to hit the little notifications bell to make sure that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Also, don't forget to check out all the links down below this video. I would like to give a big thank you to my Patreon members. Your support really goes a long way in helping us to continue to produce high-quality videos and photos for all of the social media accounts. Thank you so much. If you would like a behind-the-scenes look at what's going on in my business, or if you would like a heads up before the general public about when I'm going to be hosting my next classes, head on over to the Patreon page. Again, the links are down below. And I'd like to give an extra big shout out to my top tier patrons: Charles Saki, Chris Cairns, Dalby Roan, Duke Bloyd, Jeffrey Bishop, Jim Tate, John McDevitt, Chris Jones, Randy Owens, Robert Hunt, aka Mr. Bodog, Stephen Roberts, Steve Snyder, Andrew Nidell, Andrew Movius, Patrick Walker, and Richard Swoboda. Thank you so much. That's all for this video. I will see you guys next time.
Oh!
Look sexy.
Man, you put that in slow-mo?
That was sweet.
Yeah, see? Telling you.